Three mechanisms stand between Shane, Karen, and Mr. Garrison, and the outside world. In episode 1, Shane stayed after for geometry tutoring and found himself locked up inside of Westfield High School with a substitute teacher who was not what she appeared to be. He ran. He found Mr. Garrison in the vents of the attic, and he found Karen. In episode 2, Karen deactivated the first mechanism. One down, two to go. But Miss Daisy is still in the building, still patient, still smiling. And she knows where the second mechanism is too. Deep inside the ventilation shaft above the second floor, Shane, Karen, and Mr. Garrison sat in the darkness going over what came next. Karen had her back against the metal wall. She was still catching her breath from the first mechanism. Her hands were steady though. They have been steady the whole time.
One down, two left. Where's the second one?
The gym, north wall. Behind the bleachers, there's a utility panel I installed myself 15 years ago. Nobody else knows it's there.
Except for Miss Daisy, apparently.
She has been studying this building. I do not know for how long, but she knows more than she should.
Says she's gonna be waiting.
Or she's gonna follow. Either way, the gym is open ground. Long slight lines, few places to hide, unless you know where to look.
And you know where to look?
I know every inch of that gym. Every corner, every shadow, every door that sticks, and every one that does not. She does not.
What do you need us to do?
Keep her occupied. I heard her moving toward the east wing 20 minutes ago. You two stay in the vents and make some noise. Controlled noise. Enough to get her attention on that side of the building while I get to the gym.
And if she figures out what we are doing?
Then I move faster.
He started crawling towards the gym branch of the shaft. Then he stopped. He looked back.
Do not do anything brave. Brave gets you caught. Smart gets you home.
He disappeared into the darkness of the vents. The gym access panel was at the far end of the ventilation system. A straight shot from the second floor shaft, down into the equipment room beside the main floor. Mr. Garrison had crawled this route over the years 100 times, checking filters, fixing panels, doing invisible work that kept the building running. Tonight was keeping him alive. He dropped quietly into the equipment room, stood still, and listened. The gym beyond the door was dark. Emergency lighting only, pale green strips running along the base of the wall. The filters were folded up against the east wall. The basketball hoops hung at half-mast. Everything was still. Mr. Garrison moved to the door. He opened it 1 inch and looked through. Nothing. He slipped inside. The north wall was 50 feet away across the open floor. Open ground. No cover, except the folded bleachers on the right side. And the equipment cart near the center court. Mr. Garrison looked at the distance. Calculated. Then he moved. Low and fast, staying close to the wall, using the shadows along the baseline. 20 years of knowing where every light hit and every shadow fell. He used all of it now. He reached the bleachers, pressed himself against the metal frame, waited, and listened. Still nothing. He moved along the back of the bleachers toward the north wall. The utility panel was behind the third section. A small gray box flush with the wall that looked like nothing unless you knew what you were looking for. Mr. Garrison installed it himself. He knew exactly what it looked like. He reached the third section, crouched down, ran his hand along the wall until his fingers reached the edge of the panel. He exhaled slowly.
There you are.
He pulled a small tool from his jacket pocket. A small flathead he kept on him always. Habit of 30 years, and began working the panel open. The panel was halfway open when Mr. Garrison heard it. Not from the door he came through. Not from the main gym entrance. The same room he just came from. The soft sound of a door opening. And then footsteps, slow, patient, crossing the equipment room floor. Mr. Garrison pressed himself flat against the wall behind the bleachers. The panel hung half open. He did not move, he did not breathe. The gym door opened. Miss Daisy stepped onto the gym floor. She was not rushing. She never rushed. She walked to the center of the gym and stopped. Looked around slowly, left, right, toward the main entrance, toward the stage end.
Mr. Garrison, I know you're in here. I can hear you in the vents all the way from the East Wing. You have worked in this building for a very long time. I respect that. I really do. But sweetheart, I have studied every inch of this building. Every utility panel, every access point.
She began walking slowly toward the bleachers.
I know where the panel is. I know what you're trying to do. I would really prefer if you did not.
Mr. Garrison did not move. He tracked her every footsteps by sound. 10 feet from the bleachers. 8. 6. Then he moved. Not toward the panel, away from it. Fast and low. Cutting left along the back wall toward the far end of the gym. He knew something Miss Daisy did not. The bleacher frame had a gap at the third section. A maintenance gap he had cut himself from 12 years ago to run a cable through, just wide enough for a person. He slipped through it silently and came out from the other side of the bleachers. Behind Miss Daisy now, between her and the center of the gym. Miss Daisy turned. For just a moment, her smile faltered.
You studied the blueprints? I built the building.
He moved again, this time toward the stage end of the gym, drawing her away from the north wall. She followed. He knew she would. She was faster than she looked. Mr. Garrison had known that since episode 1. She moved across the gym floor without making a sound. Heels never clicking, footsteps never landing hard. Like something that had learned to walk rather than something born into it. But the gym was his. He cut behind the equipment cart, sent it rolling toward the center court with one slight push. Miss Daisy stepped side it without breaking stride, but it gave him 3 seconds. He used them. Around the far baseline, through the gap beside the folded Mac stack that nobody but him knew that it was wide enough exactly to pass through. Along the back wall toward the stage stairs.
You are very fast for someone your age, Mr. Garrison. That is genuinely impressive.
He hit the stage stairs and went up. Not to hide, but to cross. The stage ran the entire width of the gym. He crossed it in the dark, past the folded curtains and the stacked chairs, came down the opposite stairs of the north side. The utility panel was 15 feet away. Miss Daisy was still on the gym floor below. She had not anticipated the stage crossing. She was moving toward the stage stairs, but she was on the wrong side. Mr. Garrison had 10 seconds, maybe less. He ran. No more careful moments, no more shadows. Just 30 years of knowing exactly where his feet were going and moved with no hesitation. He hit the north wall, dropped to one knee. The panel was still half open from before. His hands moved fast, practiced, certain. He designed this panel. He knew every wire, every switch, every connection point. Behind him, he could hear Miss Daisy coming down the stage stairs from the other side.
Mr. Garrison, sweetheart, step away from that panel.
8 seconds, his hands kept moving.
I am asking you very nicely.
5 seconds. Come on. 3 seconds. 2. Click. The second mechanism disengaged. Somewhere deep in the building, a low hum changed pitch. A sound so subtle that most people would never notice it. Mr. Garrison noticed it. He had been listening for it his whole life. He stood up slowly and turned around. Miss Daisy was standing 10 feet away, right in the middle of the gym floor. Her hands were folded right in front of her. Her smile was back, perfectly in place, perfectly still. She looked at the panel, then at Mr. Garrison.
2 down, Mr. Garrison. 1 to go.
She took 1 step forward.
I think we both know the third one is the hardest.
The gem flickered once, then it went out completely. Darkness, silence.
I will see you soon, sweetheart.